Hello guys and gals, and welcome back to Resident Evil Facts, the series where I talk about some of the franchise's most hidden secrets. My name is Manny, and today we are covering Resident Evil 4. Directed by Shinji Mikami, who is the mastermind behind Resident Evil, this installment in the franchise is considered the best RE game of all time. It is a beloved game by many fans of the series. Well, what if I told you that there are 20 facts that you maybe didn't know about the game? Today, we are going to cover some of the game's deepest secrets, including story lore, facts, and much more. So let's leap out of windows, equip our rocket launchers, and jet ski right into it. This is 20 secrets about Resident Evil 4. The story is supposed to take place in Spain, but the Spanish that was spoken by the village people is pronounced differently in the game. Also, the currency used throughout the game is the peseta, which is quite interesting since Spain had switched to euros in 2001. This was probably done to show how old this area is compared to modern Spain in real life. This is the first ever Resident Evil game where Umbrella isn't directly responsible for the monsters and bioorganic weapons. The Matilda handgun was named after the character from the movie Leon the Professional, which came out in 1994. This movie also had a main character named Leon. What a cool little reference. The Killer 7 handgun was named after Killer 7, which is another Capcom game that was produced by Shinji Mikami, and it released in 2005. The Killer 7 is the only base weapon in Resident Evil 4 that does not feature an exclusive upgrade. Resident Evil 4 was originally said to be part of an exclusivity deal between Capcom and Nintendo, but the situation was more complicated than that. As a ploy to attract older gamers with more mature games, Nintendo made an agreement with series creator and Capcom designer Shinji Mikami to develop 3 Resident Evil titles exclusively for the GameCube. These 3 games were Resident Evil 2002, Resident Evil 0, and Resident Evil 4. Mikami had lost trust in the technical capabilities of the other consoles. However, due to the GameCube version's immense popularity but disappointing sales, Capcom decided to port it to the PlayStation 2 and PC as well. Resident Evil 4 was in production for many years due to the constant changes it went through. The game was scrapped and started again 4 times. The first scrapped version would have featured a character called Tony Redgrave, who was the son of Oswald Spencer. Tony would have gotten superpowers from being infected with the G-Virus. However, producer Shinji Mikami felt that the concept strayed too far from the series' survival horror roots. This version eventually became its own game and franchise, officially known as Devil May Cry, and the main character, Tony, was changed to Dante. Resident Evil 4 had a mobile version. It was a full-on recreation of the game, and it featured the main plot points from the base game. This version of the game isn't the best way to play Resident Evil 4, but it's still a great way to get a feel for this masterpiece of a game. The second version of Resident Evil 4 had an enemy known as the Hookman. In the official Resident Evil 4 logo, you can still see his hook. A third version of the game was created, but was never revealed to the public. This version contained classic zombies, but it was cancelled after a few months, before Mikami took over as director and transformed the title into its final version. In Japan, an exclusive DVD bonus disc included with the game had footage from the second version that was made. There are no children seen among the villagers in the game. Originally, there would be, but due to strict rules concerning the depiction of violence targeted at children in video games, the developers decided not to include them. Although not addressed within the game, the official explanation is that the children cannot survive the Las Plagas infection, so they have all died long before Leon arrives at the village. The game contains a glitch where if you aim your gun, open up your inventory real quick, and then equip the striker shotgun, Leon will move at a higher speed and even swing his knife faster than usual. This is a popular glitch that is used by many Resident Evil 4 speedrunners. During the main game's end credits, pictures are shown of the villagers before and during a Las Plagas infection. Apparently, these pictures come from a book that Ada Wong can be seen holding in the house of Torres Mendez in the beginning of Mission 2 of her Separate Ways campaign. The cult name Los Iluminados translates to the Enlightened in English. The music that is heard during Chapter 2.2 as Leon and Ashley try to escape the rural village at night may be familiar to those who have played Resident Evil Code Veronica. It is the same music that can be heard when Claire Redfield enters the torture basement behind the guillotine at the prison facility. Those infected and controlled by Las Plagas are called ganados. In Spanish, ganado means cattle or livestock. However, it is rarely used in the form ganar, which means to gain or to earn. A fan game was being developed by a Resident Evil fan who goes by the name ShiguWorks. The project was called Resident Evil Code Madman, which recreated the cancelled Castle and Hookman versions of Resident Evil 4. Before the battle with the lake monster, if Leon shoots at the water from the pontoon, the monster will come out of the water and eat him. The confrontation with Verdugo is the only boss fight in the game that can be partially skipped. The player will need to fight or avoid him until the elevator is activated, and then you can leave afterwards. But Verdugo will not follow you below. However, if Leon returns to this area, Verdugo will still be waiting for him. Ooh, creepy. Leon's coat that disappears after he is first taken prisoner can later be seen worn by a villager in Ada's Separate Ways campaign. If you hit Lewis 5 times during the Ganados ambush in the cabin in Chapter 2.2, he will shoot and kill Leon. When Ada and Leon meet up in Salazar's quarters, Ada sneaks up from behind and tells him, "Long time no see." Albert Wesker says the same exact thing when he approaches Chris Redfield from behind in Resident Evil Code Veronica. You know, you gotta love these awesome Capcom references. And that was 20 secrets about Resident Evil 4. Let me know your favorite secret down below in the comments. Feel free to follow my social media as well. Links in the description. Thank you all for watching, and until next time.